Hello guys, welcome to this new video, and we are going to talk about HSRP or Hot Standby Router Protocol. And this is a routing protocol that allows host computers on the internet to use multiple routers that act as a single virtual router, okay? Maintaining connectivity even if the first hop fails because other routers are on standby, aka ready to go. So, and this protocol, HSRP, has two modes, which is active, and active means there is a router that is actually working right now, and if it fails, it goes to the other router, which is the standby or the backup router. And the standby is the one waiting for this router to fail, and this one takes over right away. And it's kind of like establishes like a fault tolerance, okay? And it's like a framework for primary network failover. So let's go ahead and configure this. First, let's take a look at my network. Over here, as you can see, I have I'm running OSPF on this network. I have this computer right here, and it is configured with this IP address 192.168.1.100, and the gateway is 192.168.1.2, which is this router right here. Okay, this router over here, as you can see right now, is on another network. So what we want to do right now is configure HSRP, so this one becomes the active router, right? And this one is going to become the standby router. And what is going to happen is, when this one fails, this one is going to take over right away, and it's going to allow connectivity to the network. So first, let's go ahead and do a test, and let's go and try to ping this IP address, and we should be able to ping it 209.165.200.14. There we go. So we are able to ping this interface over here. Okay, let's do it again. There we go. As you can see, I'm able to ping this interface, and let's see which one is my default gateway. It's only this router right now, but when I configure how to standby router protocol, it's going to have this virtual IP address which both routers are going to have. And this IP address, as you can see, it is not in the same network as router 2 or router 3 or router 1. It doesn't really matter what it is, because it's going to be like a virtual IP address. Okay, and let's go ahead and configure that. First, let's go to router 1, and always for more labs, you can go to ccdtt.com, which is my website where I put all my videos and all my labs. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to actually configure this interface right here, which is the default gateway right now, which is gigabit 0/0. So let's go there, and from here we are going to configure that HSRP protocol by doing standby. We're going to call it 1, and if you do a question mark to see what it is, we're going to give it a group number, and that group that we're going to have is, we're going to give it a number 1. And then after that, we have to give it an IP address. We can use either IPv4, which is just IP, or IPv6. We're going to use just IPv4, which is what our network is working or using. And now we have to give it that virtual IP address, okay, which is this one, 192.168.1.1. .1.1. oops, too many dots. Okay, and the next one is we have to give it a priority to that group, and we're going to give it 1 of 5. So the priority 1 of 5, what this is going to do is the higher priority means, okay, now it says it went from standby, and now you see that it is an active. It is an active HSRP mode, and that active means that it's the one that is working right now. So let's go to priority 1 of 5, right? And what this means is that this priority is the highest, and the highest means that it's going to be the active interface. The higher the number, that's going to be the primary router for this HSRP protocol. And now what we're going to give it is standby group 1, and we're going to give it a preempt, and this mark right here, what it tells the standby protocol is that the 1 of 5 priority is the highest. So this is going to be the primary standby router, right? Or not a standby router, or the HSRP router. So this means that this is the highest, and the highest means that this is going to be the primary. And if we configure another one with like 1 of 4, that's going to be the one on standby. So after this fails, it's going to go to 1 of 4. So let's go ahead and configure that as a preempt. And now our work is done over here. What we have to do now is go to router 2, which is going to be our standby router. So let's go ahead and configure this one. Enable. We have to go to this interface, which is the default gateway, gigabit 0/0. For here, we got to give it a standby. And which group are we're using? We're using group 1, so it needs to be on the same group, both of them. And now we just got to give it the IP address, 192.168.1.1. Sorry, we got to put IP address in front of. Here we go. So let's give it a couple seconds, and you're going to see that this one is going to go into the mode of on standby. Just wait a couple seconds for HSRP to load, to configure itself, and there you go. And as you can see, gigabit 0/0, the group 1, which is the one configuring this one and this one, router 1 and router 2, the state peak is on standby. So what that means is when this one goes down, this one is going to become active. And this one, as you can see over here, it is an active. So this is the one that is working right now. And what we have to do here, go to this IP address, and we have to configure this to use the virtual address of 192.168.1.1, which is the one being used by the HSRP protocol. Okay, so that's good. And now let's see if we can ping this interface right here. We should be able to ping it. And there it is. If we do a trace search, you're gonna see which default gateway is using now. As you can see, it is still using this IP address, this one right here, because that's the actually like the physical, not the physical, but it is the actual IP address of this interface over here. So it's sending it here, and then it's sending it out this way, right, to this router, and then this router is sending it to this IP address. So it's still using this one, but the default that it's using is just like a virtual address, which is 192.168.1.1. So if we do a continuous ping, and what this -t is going to do is it's going to keep pinging that IP address. So I'm going to show you something real quick so you can see how it works. So let's say this is the active HSRP router right now. So if this interface goes down, what's going to happen is this computer is going to then send it this way. So let's go ahead and put this link down. And you're going to see right now it's going to time out at first, but then it should pick it up. There you go. So now it picked it up and it starts sending it this way. And if we just do a Control-C to pause it, and if we do a trace search, you're going to see now that it's going to send it 192.168.3 instead of 192.168.1.2 because this interface is down. And there it is. It is sending it this way, which is 192.168.1.3, like I said before. Okay, so it is sending it this way now because this one became now the active HSRP mode. It became active because this one went down. Since this one went down, this one became active. But let's do a continuous pin again, right? And let's plug in this router again. And when this router is plugged in again, it should come up and send it this way now. Let's give it a couple seconds for spanning tree protocol to load. So when this loads, this one is going to become the active interface, and this one is going to become the standby again. And as you can see, this one was on standby and then became active. So now this one is, instead of standby, instead of active, this one become a standby. And here it is right here. It went in standby after it loaded that OSPF. And here we go. This one is active and this one is standby. So this is how this protocol works, HSRP. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, share this video, and I'm also going to add the link for this network on the link in the description below so you guys can download it and configure this HSRP protocol. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.